Yo, welcome back to the Immigrant Section. Remember, if you're listening on Apple Podcast, click that follow or subscribe or whatever the fuck it is. On Spotify, click that follow. Full videos out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Got stand-up and everything on there. If you want to support, check the YouTube out. Oh, man, I'm here today going Zoom again. I didn't think I'd be doing Zoom, but I got a special guest today, Sammy Edan. How are you, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Bro, the way this whole thing happened is pretty much I go hard on TikTok, and you're one of the other guys that goes hard on TikTok, and I'm a big fan of your videos. And
likewise.
What?
Likewise, Bola.
Fuck yeah, man. I fuck with your your sense of humor big time. All your videos, I get exactly what you're going for. I had to have you on. You know what I mean? You reminded me of the Somalians I grew up with.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Yo, I grew up in a shitty neighborhood. It was all like Somalian and Sudani refugees, you know?
Where's this?
In London, in Ontario, in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're out there in Sacramento, huh?
Yeah. But actually, I lived in London. So my mom's British.
London, Ontario. Oh, London, England.
Yeah, London, England. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit of I was born in Oakland, but I grew up in London, UK, and then in Qatar in the Middle East.
Oh, legit? So when did you come to America?
2013.
Legit, eh?
Yeah.
So you've only been here 7 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Did you go to like the British schools and the American schools or whatever? That's why?
Yeah, exactly. Every time I tell people, like, yo, I just got here in 2013, like, damn, your English is amazing. Like,
yeah.
I grew up speaking it, so.
So you lived in Dubai, you said Qatar?
Yeah.
How long was that?
For like 12, 13 years. So that's the majority.
Oh, shit. I stayed in Qatar for a 2-day connection. Man, but if you were in Qatar in the years where Qatar was nothing, huh?
Yeah, we really were. Like, I remember walking to our the first house that we were renting there, and we literally had to park and then walk over like some mini dunes.
Yeah.
Dunes,
like
just
sand dunes.
Sand dunes, just to see the house. Like there wasn't a neighborhood. It was like my house and then like maybe 2 other houses. And then now you go back and it's like the whole city was like built around the small existing structures that were there like 30 years ago.
Yeah, man. I remember what year was it? It was probably, I was in 10th grade, probably 2007 or 6. I went there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much construction going on and like no one living anywhere. It didn't look like we were in this big hotel near Four Seasons, and there was so many buildings being built and so much construction and so many new buildings, but it looked like there was no one. It looked like they were preparing for something.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's ready. Like the city of like Doha. Yeah. Like it's the majority of the construction were all hotels because like, you know, a lot of the stuff that goes on there is it's sort
tourism.
Tourism, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're trying to host that. And then with the World Cup coming 2022.
Yo, I heard they were going to lose that because so many workers were dying during the construction. And it was such a fucked up like working conditions that they wanted to pull it from them.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, I don't want to, you know, if I'm being real with you, like it's some human rights violation going on. You know?
Yeah. Yo, big time.
Yeah, big time. Like they were like, I remember they used to announce like, cause it gets really hot in the summer, like Celsius, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but like Celsius, it got to like 55, right?
Yo, I heard in Kuwait, my buddy lived in Kuwait. He said that the same thing. They always have those like temperature readings all over the like city. And he said by law, any day that's 50 degrees or over, the workers can't work. And no matter how hot it got, the thing would always say 49.
Wow.
Yeah, in Kuwait.
Yeah, for us, like I never heard of that, but I'm not surprised. But they did that and they said, yo, okay, no one's working. It's over 50. There was a government, like they announced it, like no one can work in the next like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And every time you drive, you'd still see some workers working because their employer just wouldn't like adhere to the rule because they're just like, I want to get this going, right? So you just call in, you just report. You just like if you drive and you see, you just call in and you say, hey, look, I saw some workers working in this address, blah blah blah. You know, come whatever. And so they'll send a cop over and they'll say, no, go home. So,
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 55, you'll just go out and faint, like.
Yeah. I remember we were fasting as kids and we were still playing soccer in this kind of weather.
Yeah, because you're indestructible as a kid,
Yeah.
Bro, I used to play in the Ramadan days as kids. It would be the full normal day of fucking around. That first 2 days was tough, but then your body adjusts,
Yeah. As a kid, man, I could do anything. This Ramadan, I could, I stayed indoors. I could barely walk around.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, first day, I'm dying after 3 hours. I'm just asking people when's the iftar,
Yeah, they're like, in 9 hours.
Yeah, I'm a shell of what I used to be.
Do you flip your schedule like everybody on Ramadan?
I couldn't, but I still got to work.
Yeah, it was COVID and work.
Yeah, so I would still sleep at 1, but I'd have to wake up at like 8 o'clock to get to work. So I couldn't really flip the schedule completely.
That's crazy. You're still going in. So that's so fun. I hit you up when we were DMing. I was like, what kind of engineering do you do as a joke? And you're actually an engineer. That killed me. That's so funny, bro. We all got sold on the same fucking dreams,
Seriously. I got, like, the way I was introduced into, like, what I'm going to study wasn't engineering. And, like, normal parents sit you down. They're like, okay, so what do you want to do? You want to be an engineer or you want to be a doctor, right?
Yeah.
For me, that wasn't even the case. Like, my dad pulled me around some of his friends, and he's like, my son wants to be a heart surgeon. And I was like, what?
What? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Right.
That was the first time I heard of it. And then after a while, I was, I just went along with it. I was like, yeah, I want to be a heart surgeon because I was in like, 10th grade. It was
yeah.
And then I got to a point when my dad was asking me, so what do you want to do? And I told him like, well, what's easier, right? And by easier, I meant like not just like subject wise, but how long will I be in school for, right? And engineering was just a lot shorter, so I figured, I'm just gonna do that.
That's why I did engineering. I have an engineering degree, bro. That's the exact reason. I was like, I was convinced in my head that I wanted to be an engineer because that conversation you had in 10th grade, I had that in 5th grade. You know what I mean? So I already, from a young age, I could tell you I wanted to be an engineer just because the options presented to me were engineer or doctor, but I knew doctor was like more than double the school. So I was like, if these are the options, let me do engineering and start my like get out quick, cut right type of thing.
Yeah. The only reason I was sold on being a doctor was because I was bougie as a kid and I really wanted money.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing. I really wanted money. I didn't care about nothing else, to be honest with you. And it's because I was raised in the Gulf, right? Where like
it's all money. Cash rules everything around you. Yeah.
Right? It reminds me, that Dave Chappelle, joke he was making, he was just like he was jealous of the people in the project because everybody's poor and that's fair. Yeah. But if you grew up in he's like Ohio, Silver Springs, and you were poor, it only felt like it was
just well enough to be poor around white people.
Exactly. That's how I felt around, right? Like I grew like good enough to go to their schools and like eat with them sometimes and like do this and that, but like I always felt like I had that chip on my shoulder. Like,
same here, bro. I know exactly what you mean. I had that in Canada over here, but it's funny. Back then, you're like, I'll get the money by being a doctor, but when you look at it, a heart surgeon, let's say that, a heart surgeon, that's 4-year undergrad, 4-year medical school, fucking 3 or 4 year residency, and then for specialized surgery, you have to do like fellowships after that.
You're not getting the entire time.
If you want to be like a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon, you're in forever, bro. It's like 12 years plus before you're actually practicing licensed yourself fully.
And that's like if you don't skip a class or fail a class.
Yeah, exactly, right? You never got COVID.
If you get held back one time, it's over.
You're done.
It's done. And you don't get paid for the entire time or majority of the time. I think
residency you get paid. But still
but even whatever. At residency level, you're not making what any of your peers are making at that time. Yeah.
I know my friend was a resident for orthopedic surgery or some other residence. It's like 90 G's a year or something. Like, you can start paying back your student loans is
90
the
G's?
money.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, but then, in the States, it's way more. I don't know what the residency is, but in the States, health is privatized. So what you can make, there's like no cap on it. But in Canada, it's all government healthcare. So it's like
prefer that, to be honest, because the private, it might help like the people who are on the receiving end of the checks, but the ones that are sick.
Oh yeah. For the masses, you want government. You want public health. That's what you want. But the best from what I've seen, because I lived in the States. So I lived in the States after I finished my degree. I have a degree in nanotechnology engineering, huh?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, you went.
Nigga, I did that next shit. Fuck civil.
Even out of all the engineering, civil is the easiest.
Oh, yeah. That's why all the Arabs are in civil, bro. All the Arabs are in civil. Every Iraqi is in civil engineering.
It's 100% the easiest engineering, but it's also the one that's the most applicable to like anywhere.
To life, society, yeah. You know the FOB? You know that channel, the FOB 4?
No.
You don't know the FOB 4?
The FOB 4, no.
The FOB
I know NBC.
What?
I know NBC 1 and 2 and 3.
No. The FOB 4 is an Instagram. He's a guy named Mo Hussein. He's on Instagram, TikTok.
Oh, okay, no, I don't.
He's a guy who does pretty much kind of what we do, but he's got a big follow. I met the guy, bro. He's an Iraqi kid. I was like, I talked to him. I'm like, what kind of engineering do you do? As a joke, civil engineering, bro.
It's popular, man.
It's so funny. I feel like our lives are like, you become an engineer and then you figure out what you want to do with your life.
Exactly. It's supposed to pay for your like actual dreams.
Yeah, but no one sells it. This is us just spinning it in a positive way, but no one sells it like that. No one sells it as become engineer and then have the time and financial freedom to discover your love. No one says that shit.
Exactly. I try to tell my dad, it's like, my mom's a little bit more understanding when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I told my dad, it's like, yo, I just want to be more than an engineer. He goes, you want to own an engineering firm? I'm like, no, no. Like I want out of engineering.
Okay, wait. What year did you graduate? How long have you been in the industry?
I graduated 2018, and then I went to like a couple open mics the end of that year, and then I got I got my first civil engineering job. That took me like way out of Sacramento to a place where it's like it was a construction, like it was civil engineering, but it was like construction related. So I was way out in the boonies.
Like in a complex. In like one of those like working complexes.
Yeah. It was just way out, and it's one of those like places where there's no open mics. It's barely a city. It's like a small town. So I was living in like a small country town.
What's it called? Like Modesto?
No, it's Ukiah.
Because remember, I lived in SF for like almost a year, bro.
Yeah. But even people who've lived in California their whole life don't know where Ukiah is.
Yeah,
it's the Republican. It's a Republican place. It's like a Republican area of California.
Yeah, sounds like it, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Pretty much any state, no matter where you are, as soon as you go within like 60 miles outside the big city, you're probably in the Republican zone.
Exactly.
Well, no matter where even California, right?
Yeah. And so I would say like my actual career start, like, well, I can't say career so much. It's basically mainly TikTok, but I started taking comedy seriously in February of this year.
With COVID, pretty much.
With COVID. So I started February. I just moved back. I got a job back in Sacramento. I just moved back. I'm in my parents' home now. So I moved back early February. Literally the second day I got here, when I started my job, after my job, I go straight to the comedy club, like right after.
Boy, what? Sacramento's got a punchline, right? Or did it close?
They got a punchline too. But I performed at like, it was just a bunch. I just took any open mic I could, and anyone that I knew was slightly popping, right? I'll go to it and I'll just perform my 5 minutes. I'll just work on my material, just like any other
comedy. Bro. That's what. So you started doing this in 2018?
I started in 2018, but then I stopped
then 2019 was just a blackout period.
Complete blackout.
And did you enjoy the job? Did you enjoy your life in that year of being in the boonies?
Oh no, I was severely depressed.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go, bro. And you had to be honest with yourself.
It wasn't just because it was a job. It was because I couldn't at least do what I wanted to do on the side. Like, had I been able to do comedy on the side, I would have been able to balance the two, and I would have been okay, right? Exactly. But the fact that it took me way out, I was doing shit I hated with people I didn't like, and I couldn't do comedy. Like, it was just like, it sucked.
Bro, I did that when I graduated in 2014.
Okay.
And I moved to Detroit to work in the automotive industry for a mechanical engineering firm.
Okay.
And in Detroit, this before I always loved stand-up for a long time, but I'm so like I was born in Sudan. I came to Canada when I was 6. So the idea of me doing comedy never registered. Even though I was funny since grade 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the idea of getting money, career, comedy, those things never connected.
Yeah.
Until I was in your 2019 phase where I was in Detroit working with people that I don't want to say I didn't like them. I liked them, but I got thrown into an office that it's all married men. It's all 45-year-old fathers, all of them.
Okay. Yeah.
And now I'm living in a city. I don't know anybody, and I have no young people around me. I did that for years, depressed, bro, before I did my first open mic. Years.
Man.
I didn't do my first open mic till 2016.
But did you do it in Detroit? Is that where you started?
I did it in Detroit for about 5 months. And then I moved to San Francisco because I got a job in San Mateo, like Silicon Valley.
Oh, dude, I'm going there tonight.
San Mateo?
Yeah.
For what? Just the food?
I got a couple of friends out there, so I'm actually gonna spend this weekend. Like, it's Friday here now. It's Friday for you guys too, right?
Yeah.
Friday
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think this is Earth, bro? This nigga, what the fuck? Yo, it's Friday. It's 2020 for me. Is it for you?
Yeah. So I'm going to San Francisco tonight, and then I'm gonna be staying in I think it's Hayward and then San Mateo. I'm gonna go there just to check out some new friends.
Hell yeah,
I took the day off work.
I was just there too, bro. I was just there in February, linking up with my boys.
Nice.
Did a bunch of
February this year?
What?
February this year.
February this year, bro. Right before COVID.
Now you just traveled, huh?
Bro, I had all these Delta Sky Miles left over from the corporate days. I didn't have money.
Oh, I'm thinking
it was a free flight, and I'm crashing at my boys' places. No paid hotel or anything.
Oh, you're chilling. Okay.
I'm chilling, bro. And what?
If you have friends and family in different places, you're gonna travel, and your life is easy.
It's the best.
I have family in London. I have family in Doha in the Middle East. I got family in Canada. My brother lives in Canada. He lives in Ottawa.
Yeah, you told me Ottawa.
And then there's us here. So any member of my family want to go, there's 4 continents right there. Just go.
That's fucking sick, dude. I went to San Fran, and I have friends. A lot of I went to a school called the University of Waterloo. I don't know if you heard it, but
I did.
You heard of it, right?
Yeah.
Because they feed everybody. Everybody graduates the University of Waterloo, goes to the Bay Area. Okay.
Yeah.
They're all in the Bay Area startups, bro. Half my friends work at Google, Apple, blah blah blah. So I'm always there chilling. And then I got boys in LA doing the same thing. So I crashed there too. But man, there's so many engineer comics. It's so funny.
Yeah, it really is. Dude, there's this Muslim kid. I don't know if you heard back. There was a video going viral about him asking some African brother to prove he's Muslim by reciting the Quran.
No, I haven't seen the video. I haven't seen this. No.
Okay, it's viral. It's just this kid, right? He's a chemical engineer.
Yeah.
Literally in his bio, it says chemical engineering during the day, comedian at night.
Right? So on TikTok?
Yeah, no. He has a TikTok now, but he started on Instagram.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And so I'm looking at his page. This is the first time I've seen an engineer do comedy. And to tell you the truth, I hope no one figures out who I'm talking about. But I just saw his videos. I never found it funny.
Oh, he just wasn't that funny.
Maybe it's just not my humor.
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha. Yeah.
Right? Because me and you, we do skits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Because if you saw me on stage, exactly. Because we're on TikTok, we figured out we're pretty much redoing our own version of Chappelle's Show, right?
Yeah.
That's really what we're doing, bro.
The low budget one in our.
Chappelle's Show is low budget, bro. Just because it was wildly successful, it was a low. Well, go watch season 1, bro. That's a low budget shit.
Yeah, I was actually watching it, dude. The thing is that amazing about Dave Chappelle is that his stuff stands the test of time, regardless. It always is always relevant.
Absolutely, it's called evergreen content. That's what, even on my TikTok and my Instagram, that's what I try to make, evergreen stuff. So regardless, right now, there's so much protest stuff that I'm you gotta skew and capture that because it's the whole energy of the current times.
Yeah.
But besides that, I really like to do evergreen. I really at least try to brainstorm and come up with evergreen ideas. Shit that if someone stumbles on my account 3 years from now, it's not any different.
Exactly. Dude, that's what I want to do regardless, but there's something
Even my
weird
stand-up. Same thing with my stand-up.
Yeah, because the stand-up, so for me, like, it was hard because when I started TikTok, I was like, man, I got some stand-up jokes. I don't want to use them for my TikToks because that's all my material gone, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know what? I have whatever. So I decided my stand-up's going to be personal and my TikTok is going to be about whatever and whoever and, you know, whatever I hear, see, and I'm exposed to. And my comedy is going to be like personal experiences that because I always throw like a what if spin on everything, right? So I don't know how you do your material. Do you do it based on like personal experiences or what?
Are you talking about stand-up or videos?
No, for your videos, your TikTok.
Bro, I do it almost all of personal experiences or funny observations. My TikTok is the Wild West. Okay. It's the Wild West. Anything funny, I will drop it on there. I don't think twice about it because TikTok is like a quantity game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't think I used to be like, oh, it's not a perfect idea. It's not Chappelle level. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that. Now, if I have a funny idea, even if it's 8 seconds, I'll throw it up. Right?
Yeah, and it works.
So among that, I could easily tell you that my most successful stuff is all the personal stuff, all the personal memories and funny. A lot of the stuff I on my videos, you know, is like the immigrant coming up as an immigrant, as a first generation with immigrant parents. That life. That's a lot of my videos. That's
how I was introduced to your video. My boys sent me one of your videos that had to do with I think it was you and your dad. Well, it was you playing your dad. But
yeah.
Right, and it was going back and forth. I think it was something to do about engineering, or I can't remember exactly the content. This is like maybe 2 months ago or something.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot. That's half the videos. You know?
Yeah, so I remember he sent me like a specific video. He's like, yo, because in your bio it says actor, comedian, right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, yo, look, there's another black guy. He's an actor and comedian, and he's an engineer. Go check him out. I was like, bro, that's like 3 of the things I identify with.
Trifecta, the triple double.
So I go and follow, and then I'm like, on top of that, he's Muslim. I'm like, oh, and then I told my boy, it's like, yo, you know he's Muslim, right? And then he's just like, are you serious? I was like, bro, his name's Abbas. What do you need?
Yeah, right?
And his name's Muhammad. I'm like, how did you not spot that? Like,
your name is Sammy Edan. That's why I'm like, I don't know. You sound like a fucking Lebanese singer or some shit.
That's a stage name. That's his stage name.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. That's a stage name.
Legit, huh?
I have a Somali.
Yeah, what's yours? Wait. Muhammad Abdel Qadir or some shit like that. No. Let me say. Abdul Jama.
So I'll give you an easy hint. It's nothing Abdi related.
Okay, what is it then?
It's What Summit.
First name What Summit?
What Summit, yeah.
And last name?
Edan. It's the same last name.
Oh, okay, same. What Sam? Have your boys been calling you Sammy, or Sammy just came up when you did the first open mic?
No. Sammy was like since I was a kid.
Oh, okay, fuck it. Then that's sick. Because I personally believe that nowadays the stage name doesn't help you unless it's part of like what your people, unless it's like what people been calling you, unless it's part of your identity. It's back. The times have gone of like, you need a stage name. I actually don't think it helps you. But if that's what people have been calling you, your Instagram, all that stuff says Sammy, then it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, really.
My name is, sorry, keep going.
I was going to say, it wouldn't make sense if I change it now. It's like, first of all, I don't want a stage name, but it's like, I forget what my name would be. Like I would just hear somebody calling it and I wouldn't, you know. And if you go back to my tweets, if you go back to my Twitters, if you go back to my Instagram, you see my comments, you're always going to see someone say Sammy something.
Sammy, yeah. So then it's all fine. Yeah. It's all consistent. My name is Abbas Abdul Wahab. Abbas Abdul Wahab.
Yeah.
But
that's Muslim.
Right? No, bro, my name is Abbas Ali Hussein Abdul Wahab.
That's like Sahaba level name.
Yeah, right, exactly. Bro, I'm one of the original niggas on the camel and shit. Yo, but when I started comedy, I dropped the Abdul because the Abdul is very like even in engineering, people would assume the Abdul was a middle name and the Wahab was the last name. So I just dropped the Abdul. So everything I do for acting, comedy, everything is Abbas Wahab. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's catchy though.
But it's still the same thing. All people still know me as Abbas, so that never really changed, you know. And
Yeah,
Abbas, I wanted a 2-word thing. Abbas Abdel Wahab, and even like, who knows, maybe in like my like knowledge militant phase of my career later on, I'll go by the full name. Like, like how Most Def went to Yasin Bey.
Yeah.
I'll go call me Abbas Al Hussein Abdel Wahab.
You should wait until you get like the biggest interview and then be like, so tell us a little about yourself, and then just drop the whole name. Like,
yeah, and then play the azan on my phone. And just make direct eye contact as it's playing.
Just don't blink.
And then just be like, Allah is watching. They're like, oh my God.
So I was gonna drop. So my last name is Edan, Edan, right? But I thought it was always catchy. It was Eden. So Eden, like the paradise, like Garden of Paradise.
Yeah,
right?
Garden of Eden.
But then I was like, I searched Sammy Edan, and there's some tennis player called Sammy Edan. That's first, right? But second, it's like Eden sounds so just like, I don't know. Sammy Edan sounds like you're just trying too hard to have a stage name.
Yeah, right. And the second thing is, Edan is your actual last name, right?
Yeah.
And Sam is what actually people call you, right?
Yeah.
So forget about trying to massage it into this perfect thing,
Yeah, I figured I'll just leave it as, and I have I already got an email address with Edan. I don't want to like do all this bull and just change it,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm even super corny. I got Edan on my license plate.
That means you got $250 of disposable income.
That's not too. I don't know how expensive it is there, but here it's like $40.
Oh, it's $250 here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro. Don't you know you get raped? Didn't your brother tell you about Ottawa? Didn't he tell you what he's paying for phone bill? It's rape here, bro. What do you pay? What car do you have?
So, ours is kind of different because I have my whole family plan on it. But if I were to get a single one, I could probably get away with like $40, $50.
Wait, no, I'm talking about, do you have a car?
You said car or?
Do you have a car, a driving car?
Yeah, I have a car, yeah.
How much what car?
I have a Kia, I have an Optima.
Kia Optima. Let me guess, you pay, is it insured just for you?
Yeah.
Or the family?
Just for me.
Probably like $70 to $100 a month, right?
I pay $110, yeah.
Yeah, see here, that'd be like $220, bro. It's like insurance here is double the price. Phone bills here, mine, 10 gigabytes of data, bro, it's all $100. Everything is just
for one line.
One line, yes, personal. Because in the States, you have such a higher density population in the same landmass. So the like telecommunications people, there's a lot more competition in the States than there is here. Here, there's like 2-3 big players. I mean, it's kind of the same, AT&T, Verizon, blah blah blah. But there's such.
You got one called Rogers, right?
Yeah, I'm with Fido, who's owned by Rogers owns Fido. It's kind of how like, some little one will pop up that uses AT&T's towers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
That same little hustle where they rebrand and they go, we have better plans and that bullshit. But it's all expensive here because we have a huge landmass and 1/10 of the population.
I didn't realize, because I think, and that makes a lot of sense because you're trying to cover more land for less people.
But the insurance, the car insurance, it doesn't make any sense. It's
that one doesn't make.
That's just rape.
There's less chance of you actually hitting.
Exactly. If anything, it should be cheaper. It should be. That's the logic. You can't apply that. Oh man, I could go on this forever, but whatever.
So when you talk about your TikTok videos, like you do personal experiences. Like for me, I do one or two things that it's never personal, to be honest with you. It's always stuff that I've seen that I just try to redo, right? Like I did a joke about cops at protests, right? Because I saw it. I saw cops at protests. I saw them giving interviews, and I know it's not true because I saw them beat like this kid's ass in front of me and then go on there and be like, oh, we're going to take a kneel at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. or something.
Oh,
I'm
actually.
like, that's bull, right? So I made videos like that. But I think the videos that I enjoy doing the most is always those like, what if, like I'm watching Harry Potter every year, by the way. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan.
Okay, yeah, bro, I am too. I mean, I read that was the first big book I read.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I've been since 2016, I've been having a marathon every year, all 8 movies. Damn,
that's crazy. That's
every year.
That's some of that. That's jihad level dedication, bro. That's ISIS is gonna come and try to scout you, bro. That's dedication.
I'm telling you, like without fail, I go back and I watch all 8, right?
Yeah.
And so this year, I was watching it like a couple of nights ago, And Dumbledore, right? He asked Harry Potter to come up to his room, right?
His chambers,
and he's just like at his chambers, and all hours of the night, like this guy is asking a kid to come to his room at like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's Harry, it's the chosen one,
right? So I started thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? What if this nigga was gay? Right? So today's video. Like, this is how I get inspired. Today's video is going to be a back and forth between Harry Potter and Dumbledore's gay.
Yeah. Dude, that's so fun.
This is how I come up with stuff.
Bro, you have a lot of that stuff. I have that. That's probably slightly the absurd. That's like a lot more. My stuff is like recreating memories, recreating things that like a lot of people think that it's just them.
Yeah.
But you do a lot of like what ifs, like you were saying. Like I saw your one video that cracked me up. It was like how the hacker guy in movies, the team, there's always like a heist team. The hacker's always a smart ass dude, like, and like smart alecky, like he's a prick. You know?
Yeah. You know, it's based on, Criminal Minds, right?
Is the guy on there like a total dick and he says random idioms? No,
it's a girl. Her name's Penelope Garcia.
Okay.
Right? And she's always like, super cocky because like she's just amazing, right? So she's super cocky about her.
And hot too. She's hot for sure, right?
No, she's not. But that wasn't the point. The point is that she flirts with all the FBI agents. Or one in particular, she flirts with him. And she always takes it too far. It's always her taking it too far. Like he'll say something like, "Hey sweetheart, what you got for me today?" Or hey baby girl, what can you help us out here? But she would always take it to the next level. So I thought to myself, okay, if she took it to like, asking him on dates while on FBI on the clock, like she's still working.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna take it to like eating ass. Like, like I just wanted it to be like a step earlier, a step further. That's so
funny, bro. Yo, on when open mics and comedy is going, how many comedians talk about eating ass? You know what I mean? Everybody has a bit on eating ass.
Everyone. And the thing is, really, to be honest with you, I never do that stuff in because I can't identify with eating ass. Like I just don't do that. So
yeah.
I don't go on stage and talk about it. But the dick jokes in Sacramento are just in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I could see that. Not a lot to do in Sacramento, bro.
Without fail. First of all, our roster for comedy, it's like 80% white. I would say 85% white.
You know Mark Smalls? He came from Sacramento, right?
I don't know who that is, actually.
He's one of the guys popping off now that came originally from that scene.
Oh, nice.
His name is Mark Smalls. Yeah, he just opened for Bobby Lee, and Bobby Lee plugged him on his podcast. Like he's on that.
Oh, yeah.
He's on that opening and featuring level. He's doing work.
Nice. That's dope. Yeah, I always love seeing people from where I am get there because it always tells you like, yo, you can do it too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, yo, the video that I fell in love with your shit was the go-to. The one I think is your best video. The one was like the Somali uncle. Subhanallah.
Yeah.
Bro, that comedic timing for the pause and the look around. I was like, this guy's a seriously funny guy.
You know what's crazy? I started doing that. I just did one video, right? It wasn't even called Uncle Abdi. At that time, it's just uneducated uncles giving speeches.
Yeah. Because it's a lion.
Yeah. By the way, this is based on a true story. This is
100 bro. I grew up in the mosque. I know all about that. And I grew up with Somalis. Wuriya, come here.
He really sat me down, and like this was like he gave me a 15-minute lecture, and this was like the end. This is what I came away with.
This was the culmination.
That was it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So when I dropped that video, to be honest with you, with anyone that's funny, like you just do jokes and then one pops out. Like you don't know which. Right? To be honest, when I did it, it wasn't a series. It was just uneducated uncles talking shit, right? I dropped it. And everyone was like, hey, yo, do a series. And so I started doing series, and then I nicknamed him Uncle Abdi, right? Because very obviously Somali looking, and
it's the most Somali name.
Yeah, so I did it, but dude, I freaking hate doing this character.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It's just so cringy to me. Like, to me, like the over the top Muslim humor of praying and like, you know, those kind of stuff. If it's not like a really good, well done skit,
it's really so funny.
Cringy. Yeah, it's really cringy to me because I've seen it a million times, right?
Yeah, okay.
I hate doing it. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I hate doing it. And then people keep like, literally, there's this guy. He's not even Muslim, bro. He came to my Instagram and commented on one of my random photos and goes, "Hey, yo, we need Uncle Abdi, bro." I'm like, you don't even know what he's talking about, like, how, you know. But whatever. I just keep doing it because it's what people enjoy. But I absolutely despise doing this character.
That's so fucking funny, dude. That's so funny how like people, the audience decides what your thing is gonna become. You know?
Right. Exactly. So
one of my videos, I do a format of videos where it's a kid in the backseat asking something, and then the white parents tell him that, and then the immigrant. That thing, I did it one time for a white kid passing by McDonald's, and be like, McDonald's.
My favorite one that you did that was of that series was the one where you said, "Oh, that one's fat. That guy's fat." Yeah,
right? Shaitan in his stomach.
Because I grew up fat. Like, I heard all of this stuff.
I could see it. You got fat humor, bro. That's why you're funny.
I think so, man. I think do you think that? Do you think like your comedy comes from pain in any way?
It comes from what, sorry?
Like pain, like stuff.
Yeah, 100%, bro. What the fuck, man? I came here 6 years old, didn't speak English, grew up in a white neighborhood, trying to be as similar as possible. When you're a kid, you don't want to be different. There's no value. There's no currency in uniqueness as a kid.
Yeah.
If my mom called me on the phone or something, I'd make sure to be away from the other kids if I was going to speak Arabic.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't want them to see me. I didn't want it to be the same for the most. So all that shit, you know, I was raised like aggressive Muslim, not like regular level Muslim.
Yeah.
You know, you ever been to a nigga's house where they have pieces of paper with du'as on the back of every bathroom house? Like, here's the du'a for entering the house. Here's the du'a for exiting the house.
Hardcore.
Yeah, the highest, bro. I was in a thing called Duksi. I was in this Ethiopian nigga's basement learning to memorize Juz Amma.
Yeah, that's
in Ontario. In Ontario.
Yeah, we had the same thing called Duksi, except when we used to go to his house, and then at some point there was just way too many kids. Yeah. So they just started coming to our house.
Oh, right? Like what? They'd come separately. But that's good. Yeah, they can't act a fool. They can't go hard if they're at your house. I had to go to his house.
No. I got beaten in my house.
Oh, legit? I would think it wouldn't happen like that.
Yeah, no. My dad encouraged it.
Of course. That's perfect. Dude, have you been back to Somalia?
Yes. I went back in 20... I'll say when I was, when did I go? 10 years, about 10, 11 years ago. So about 2010, 2011.
What was your experience? Like, what did you think when you first saw Somalia? Because you weren't born there.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start it off like this. I shat on myself the first night.
Yeah, like the heat legit, and like the food?
No, like legit, I just shat on myself. Like I had to throw the sheets over the wall.
Can you give me context? What was it, diarrhea? What the fuck?
Yeah, it was diarrhea. Bro, I came there skinny. Like I was fat, lost a bunch of weight, and then I got there. And you know how like those people are just like, oh my God, this guy's starving, like he needs to eat. Yeah. So they just shoved food down my throat.
Okay.
They wouldn't even let me get to like the rice. Like they would just shove meat down my throat, you know?
Okay, that's pretty good.
And you know, as I was shy,
You're not gonna say no.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say no, so I kept eating, and yeah, that was horrible. I shot myself the first night, and then after that, I got robbed a few times.
A few times? Is it standard there?
Standard. If you don't get robbed, you didn't go.
Yeah. Were you really in Somalia?
Yeah, we really did. Like, yeah. I got there's crazy people. I went to a zoo where the tiger, the lion was literally behind, like, I would say, like, you know that, what do you call it? Like, you know those screen doors?
Like the Japanese style?
No, yeah, you know the screen doors you have in your backyard?
Yeah, the glass.
Like, behind the glass, what's that other like?
That mesh, the mesh.
The mesh. Yeah, literally, this tiger, fully grown tiger, is being held behind mesh. If he even wanted to, like, you know what I mean? Like he could just like literally put his arm through it if he felt like it, just to scare the shit out.
You'd have to call Joe Exotic to get him back.
So that was the zoo that I went to, and then they told us like I went there to see 2 lions. I only saw 1. So we asked.
So naturally, asked for my money back.
No, I didn't. I just asked. I was like, "Yo, where's the other one?" And I swear to you, the guy was like, "It's around here somewhere." Bro, I've never ran.
Nigga, it's a lion.
I've never ran so fast in my car, you know, in my life, man. Because it was just funny, out and about.
Bro, one time I was in Cairo. I was went to Sudan when I was 5, or in grade 5, 10 years old. Me and the whole family went to Sudan. I spent the whole summer there. I also shit myself that first summer I went back to Sudan. Bro, but that was from the heat. I remember farting and then feeling a liquid go down my thigh, down my calf, and just starting to panic because I was around people. You know, that's that African heat will make you, it'll melt your shit in your system. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's terrible.
But bro, we went to Egypt for 2 weeks after. I remember in Cairo, we were at a zoo and there was a lion in a cage. And the nigga was like, you know, 1,000 dinar for like, hear the lion roar for like $1, right?
What?
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
like, shit, I control that.
I paid the nigga $1. Yo, this nigga just took a stick and just started poking it, okay? Yo, this is what the lion did. The first poke, he was like, right? And then he poked him again, and the lion was like, and then he poked him the third time, the lion was like, roar! And everyone's like, oh. I'm like, this is fucked up, yo.
This is abuse.
I'm 10, bro. I'm like, this is a fuck. I didn't know you were going to poke him. I wouldn't have paid.
Oh, this is the bait?
No, that was in Cairo. That was in Egypt.
That was in Cairo. Okay.
No,
man,
bro.
you said all over, huh?
No, that was just like, if you're in Sudan and you're going to have a connecting flight through Cairo and your dad has friends in Cairo, just extend the connection, go there, see the pyramids, make the money is, the bulk of the money is going from Canada to Sudan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we only did that trip once every 5 years because we have a big ass family, right?
Yeah.
So you just double up on it. That's what we did the next time. We did that for Qatar. We lingered for a couple days there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was a connection. Because Qatar, you connect a lot through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just jokes, dude. Like, going back is funny. It's like I haven't been back in like a decade. But the reason I brought up Somalia, I worked with this guy for a bit, who's this young Somalian kid, and he told me that 90% of the people in Somalia live off of money that they get from outside the country.
I wouldn't say a percentage. I don't know, but yeah, it's very, very. That's very true. Because I mean, even just my household, we're not doing so well, but we still send money back home.
Yeah, just because the exchange rate and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you kind of have to. It's like I remember one time I asked my dad. We all came to him. It's like, yo, can we get this laptop, this, that, this, and we all had our demands, right?
Yeah.
He sat us down. He goes, he schooled us. He's like, there's people with your last name that don't have a meal for tomorrow. And then we all felt bad. We're like, man, okay, fine, whatever. We won't, maybe next time, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And so we just grew up knowing that, this is just something that you have to do. Like, a portion of the money that you have already, when I get paid, I already know there's a portion going to someone else just so they could live, you know?
Yeah. That's, a lot of people don't have that. I think that might be part of privilege, is not knowing that thing, As soon as I could work when I was 15, I was giving my mom allowances. I still my mom, her car, all the years, it's like you're so intertwined with the family finances and back home and all that type of stuff that other people would be shocked. You know what I mean?
Really? I remember knowing our finances, not to the extent I know it now, but I knew where we were in terms of finances at the age of 12.
Yeah, way too early.
Way too early. And so you grow up just feeling I think that's one of the reasons why I think money just became one of those things where it was like a way out because we just wanted to be able to live, you know.
That's why they push it.
Our money.
That's why immigrants have that mentality for doctor and engineer, because that's playing it safe. You know what I mean? Immigrants, they got out of a fucked up situation. Now let's make our kids have professions that are necessary for society. You know?
Exactly.
We're not going to tell you to start tap dancing or some shit like that, because that's a gamble. They haven't made it this far doing gambles like that. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I think the second generation in America is too soon to be like chasing dreams, you know? Like that's where we are.
Yeah,
you know,
no, but I don't agree with that, bro. I don't agree with that. Like
when
on paper.
I mean from their perspective, not
ours. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like real life. I'm nigga, you do comedy. What do you mean?
No, real life, you should, right?
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying for them, they're like, for them, it's just like a mentality of survival. Like they just got here. Hey, everybody get into this field: nursing, doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever.
The critical things, yeah.
You turn around and you say, I want to be a comedian. It's like, bro, maybe your kid can be a comedian, but you need to be an engineer.
Yeah, exactly, right? You know? Which is sad as fuck for someone who's creative, because people like you and I are doing it regardless. But some people who I feel bad for them, but fuck them at the same time. If you let fuck in the sense that if you have a thing you want to pursue, and they said, no, you don't get to pursue this because we're immigrants, you have to do the tried and true path.
Yeah.
And you don't pursue that. All you really have to do is make sure you get money to contribute to the cause in general. And keep pursuing it. If you don't pursue your thing, that's on you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, you can do both. You did your engineering degree and you're doing open mics after. So I'm not going to sit here and listen to like some sob story from someone's like, oh, my parents, they wouldn't no, if you wanted to do it, you would have found a way. That means you didn't really want it.
Exactly.
It's like not
Dave
easy.
Chappelle said, that's a brittle spirit.
Yeah, exactly, right? That means that's a fucking brittle spirit, dude. That's exactly. He's like, you can kiss that homework goodbye, Fuhad. That engineering homework. Yo, it kills me, bro. Yo,
true.
I was gonna say, I told you in 90% they get it from. That's what that guy told me about Somalia. 90% they get it from out of the country. He said, Western Union, how you transfer money with Western Union. Yeah. And there's always like a couple small ones for Sudan, there's different ones. There's always an uncle going to Somalia who can take 9,000 cash. You know, it's weird, right? But he told me that like once a month or twice a month, when that money, the big service that does that, he told me it was the longest in like Djibouti. He told me it was the longest line he's seen in his life. Was that the day the money transfers from abroad and everyone goes to the money place to get their money in Somalia?
I heard, because my dad
said it was the longest line he'd ever seen in his life.
Damn.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
And what's crazy is those people probably walk to that line, so they've been traveling for like a day or something.
Yeah, uphill probably.
Yeah. 100 degrees, yeah. But no, that's 100. That's true, and I think with immigrants, I think that's why I don't know how to explain it, but like I think our family. I won't say this as a broad statement, but like I think because we're so intertwined, like as a kid of like helping out. Yeah. Like even when you grow up, your money's not your money.
Yeah.
Like no real immigrant goes to work, gets his check, and thinks, "Hey, this is all mine." No one thinks that way.
Well, I mean, if you're an immigrant and like the immigration process killed everybody else.
Well, if you're wealthy, that might be different. But I'm saying like the typical like
no, it's always a collective. Like,
But I don't know. I think it does something for your character. Like later on, like you become more charitable. You become more empathetic.
Dude, I couldn't agree more, man. It trains you to be more selfless than otherwise would happen, you know? When your birthday, you have a list of birthday presents. Like, I know kids that every dollar they make is theirs undisputably. They give and then they give their like W-2 to their parents who do the taxes and then give them back the tax money, and they pay off anything that they need extra help with. And that's not bad. One day when I have kids, I don't want them to struggle the way I struggled. I struggled too much. You know what I mean? I struggled too much, bro. There's a nice middle ground. And I'm never gonna have a fucking kid go through Duxie getting beat for, half my class was Somalian. We're memorizing Quran. They're not even teaching the interpretation. They're not even teaching what it means. We're only memorizing. I'm like, what are we doing?
I was told word for word. You don't need to know what it means.
What? Yeah, exactly.
No
it's literally like being beat to memorize old Hamlet, you know? You're like, I don't understand this old English. Just fucking learn it.
It just means that I can lead Salah, right?
Yeah.
So, but now I'm leading Salah, and all the people who are like Arabic native like speakers behind me are crying at the surah, and I'm thinking, what am I saying?
Exactly.
So emotional, right?
It wasn't part of the curriculum, apparently. That's the least important thing.
It really is. I think that's how I started. Like for me, like my kitab, even here, right here, it's got like the translation, and it's got the transliteration, and it's got the Arabic. So like if I because I'm really, really slow at reading Arabic, like actual, right? So I read transliteration when I'm just trying to read like, you know, normal speed. And then I read the translation. Like I never go past the page without reading the translation. Because to me, it didn't.
What's the point?
It didn't. Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, I agree, man.
I'm sure there's benefit in it, right? Just reading this hasana in it. But like, it's like, I need to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, right. Like I really started, the way I grew up, like I said, raised, it was so militant that questioning anything was like forbidden, you know? And like, not just forbidden, but like, it almost like, imagine like a bunch of Abdi Somalian uncle cab drivers looking at a girl who's like walking in a sundress, sexy as shit. Judgment, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, look at her. Sure, look, you know what I mean? Like that type of hate for questioning. So it's like, it was so militant. You don't question, you don't this and that. So it's like, I've really pulled away from that. And I question everything now. And I'm like, I had a phase where I was like, no, Islam's not for me, man. I'm like the pendulum. Once you go free, the pendulum goes the other way, right?
Okay.
Once you're raised here, like hold the pendulum all the way here, extreme, and it lets go and you're living alone, it goes the total other way, right?
Total other way, yeah.
And as I get older and like see things and, you know, I get wiser, whatever you want to call it, wisdom.
You come back.
You come back. I'm not coming back to the other end. I'm never going to, it's just it's been let go. So now slowly as I get older, it's going to find a nice place in the middle.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like it was held here before, it swung the total other way, and it's leveling out, reaching a nice, realistic middle ground equilibrium as I get older.
I think I was definitely raised. I was not extreme. I don't think I was even. I think my house was, but it wasn't forced based on basically like the religion. It was more just like culture. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to do this.
Word. Yeah. Okay.
It was never really like, oh, this is haram, don't do that. It's more like, hey, yo, we don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah. Right? Like, it's weird to do this. So for me, it was never really like, I think this is a good thing. It wasn't tied to the religion. Like the strictness in my household wasn't tied to religion. So I didn't grow up hating it.
Good.
Right?
Yeah. See, that's what happened to me. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Man. But a lot of people I know that like it wasn't tied. So it's like, they don't have that like resentment in their heart for it.
Yeah, because like, dude, you're a kid, and you ask, like, oh, can we go get ice cream? Haram. Like, what?
Yeah.
So you grow up, you're being told everything's haram. So you're like, okay, well, I don't, you know, if I can't do anything, then I don't like this thing, right? That stops me from doing anything.
Bro, I
never had the resentment, but I did. I didn't have the resentment, but I just knew that there was more to what I was like, how I was living. Like I knew that what I was doing wasn't always like, I knew like when I wasn't praying that I wasn't living right. Okay, I knew that when I wasn't, you know, so there was a certain amount of guilt, but I never did anything about it. I just sort of sat and like enjoyed my life. And like, I had a bunch of my friends. Like I literally sat with this guy, this Arab guy, and he had a friend over and he was like, yo, I'm not going to fast today. So I looked at him like, what? Like, what do you mean you're not going to fast today? Like, it's Ramadan, man. Like, I've been fasting since I was 8, so that was absurd. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm having a friend over, and like, man, like, he's going to want breakfast, and like, you know, how can I not eat with him? You know, that's rude. That's bad manners, right? Doesn't Islam say something about manners? I'm like, oh. I was like, this guy's lost it, right?
Yeah, right. It's one way or the other, I think. I don't judge, but it's one way or the other. It's not like if you're going to fast, you're going to fast. If you're not, you can't be like, today, this or that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, it's like Ramadan's like the only time, like as a kid, Ramadan was the only time I had my shit together. Because I did not want to fast for 16 hours and have it count for nothing.
Yeah, right. It's like, I don't want that sunk cost shit. I was the same, dude. I was the same. But, I mean, look at us now, though, bro. They did the same shit. All paths cross. What's your plan? Like, you want to keep doing engineering until the comedy is in a place where it can give you some sort of financial freedom?
Exactly. I think that's the end goal for everyone. I think right now, that's going to be a long time from now. But I think the quarantine kind of helped me because like I knew I needed a social media kind of presence, and I also need to work on the craft because if you got one without the other, you're kind of just
you're fucked. Yeah, you need them both.
Yeah, you need both. So I was like, okay, you know what? This quarantine allows me to build up the social media presence. I was like, cool, that works.
Same. Same here.
But what's suffering now is obviously my stage work, right? Because I don't have anything.
But everybody's is too.
But everyone, yeah. So, but I think stage work, I can get back into I'll have a couple bad days and then I'll get back into the rhythm of things. But like, man, I'm like really upset with like TikTok because like, man, I keep looking at these likes and views. I'm like, man, how am I not like popping off already? Like, this is ridiculous. Like to me, I watch my video. I don't think because I hate watching my own videos. Like I hate it. I hate my voice. I hate what I'm doing.
Same. Yeah, same.
Disgusting to me, right?
Yeah, a lot of artists are like that. Yeah.
But I watch other people's, and I'm like, how did this person get 1 million views? How did this person get that? I'm like, because at least I don't like my videos, but I can be objective enough to be like, yo, at least my one's better than this one, and I only got like 10,000 views, and this guy got 1 million. How?
Yeah. It's like sometimes you'll be so confident with a video on TikTok and it'll go nowhere. And then sometimes you think it's a dud and it'll do amazing. It's like, I don't know if it's the algorithm. I don't know if it's like human nature, something about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, sometimes it's like the colors that they use, the brevity of the video, the song choice, the way we do TikTok, you realize that's for the most part, we're kind of swimming against the stream. Yeah. TikTok is designed for, you got to have a song on in the background and use the text and do like face stuff. So just be like that kind of stuff. That and like be like, and then mom came in and like it's written mom. Exactly. And she's got, it's all this like, it's almost like a silent movie with the song in the background. Those are the big TikTokers. We're doing like straight up sketch and stuff like that, which is
exactly.
But you also, I've noticed with you do a lot of hashtags. I would try reducing the hashtags to just FYP and just comedy and see what happens.
Okay, I'll do that for sure.
What I've noticed with the hashtags is the more hashtags you have that are like, you funnel it in and like all of your video it's like the hashtags are only as good as their weakest link. So the hashtag that has the least views. I think it works like that. So the one that you put that has the least views, it funnels everything else.
Okay, because I've been watching like these YouTubers talk about TikTok algorithm, and they all talk as if they like.
It changed like twice.
Huh?
It's changed like twice.
I couldn't tell because I joined it pretty late, so I don't know. But like all these kids are talking as if like they had like a meeting with the TikTok CEO, and he specifically told them.
Yeah.
Like they know. I'm like. They keep saying, oh, yeah, so, TikTok is crashing right now because, they're trying to do this. I'm like, who told you? Who told you this? Like, you're literally speaking out of your ass. And the only reason anybody believes anything they say is because they joined early and they got like 500,000 followers. So everyone gives them the credit.
Exactly.
Like, I have what? I don't have a lot of followers. I hit 12K last night. I have 12K, right?
That's my boy.
I'm happy with because I remember when I had 68 followers and I was upset, man, because I was doing full-on skits. You know how many shirts I wore for one skit?
Yeah, right. That's what people need to see. Right? That's what they need to see. Get the video of you switching shirts, trying to find the light,
Dude, I'm telling you, like I put so much effort. I posted. I'm like, hey, yo, this one's gonna. That's it. This one's gonna be.
It's over.
It's going somewhere. And I sit down. I'm like, yo, I got 1 follower in the last 6 days. What's going on?
Bro, right? I remember the old algorithm. You could if you hit a video, it could pop off. I had one video hit like 200,000 in the first 24 hours.
That's ridiculous.
You know, now it never happens like that. Now it's like, if it's a good video, it'll hit like, and for me, for my numbers, it'll hit 30, 40, 50K, and it'll keep trickling in. So before it used to be like this big curve up front, and then it'll trickle in like that.
Yeah.
And then now it seems to be more like this. They've really flattened out the curve. So it's a long process to get those views. Before it used to just spike, be viral for 24 hours or 48 hours, and then trickle out. Yeah, exactly.
I always like, you know, there's no reason looking backwards, but I always say like, man, if I just joined this shit earlier and popped off like when other people popped, because I'm looking at people with 100,000, because my goal was to get 100, my first goal was 10K, and then, you know, I passed that now. But my actual goal before quarantine, for me, I would say quarantine would be done in August, because that's when I have to go back to the office.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, August 1st is like the deadline. I wanted to get to 100K.
Okay. Like
that was the goal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got 2 months to do this. And every video I'm doing, I get the same followers. And I respect these people. I like them. A lot of them are cool. I memorize, like, you know, names, you know, pictures. Yeah. But like, it's like, oh man, you're always killing it. Or someone says, how are you not famous yet? I'm like, yo, I know you think those are compliments when you say, how are you not famous?
Yeah.
But they hurt, you know?
How does this not have more views? How is this not viral? You tell me, all right? You tell me.
Exactly.
I made this shit. It took an hour and a half. I made this shit, making the voiceover afterwards, trying to line it up perfectly. I put time into this. You know, you'll make a video. When you get the raw video footage, sometimes that's not even half of it's done. You have to sit there and put in the voiceover afterwards, line it all up. 3 hours, you click post, you're like, sick, I'm gonna fuck the system up with this one.
Bro, I had the audacity to tag Kevin Hart in one of my videos.
Oh my God.
I told myself,
deep in that junk mail.
I was like, this is going straight to Kevin Hart.
To the top, yeah.
Hey, this shit, like, I went to sleep, and so it got like 1,000 or 2,000 views, and I was like, man, this is just not going anywhere. I went to sleep, woke up, now it's got 30K, but it took a day and a half to get to 30K views, and that's not even likes, that's views. That's not good.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's not bad. No, if you have your whole catalog if you keep putting out 30K view videos, you'll get your goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I first got, when I moved back to Canada, I moved back to Canada in 2018, and I started this comedy thing with my buddy Max called Plus Time Comedy. We pretty much just tried to make a viral video for like a year. Every week we would put out a video, and we had it all wrong completely. You know, our mindset was, if we make a viral video, everything will be in place for us. We'll pave the road for our way. We'll put ourselves on the map if we make a viral funny video, right?
Okay.
But that's not how it is anymore. YouTube, we were putting them on YouTube. YouTube is way past that phase where you could just get a viral video and pop up. There's way too much content on there. There's like 1 billion hours being uploaded every 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. The key now is to have a fucking great catalog. That's the key. Compound interest. The whole point of everything we're doing, TikTok, everything, it's the nature of compound interest, you know? So if you can keep putting out daily videos of 30K views, you'll get to the 100K.
Okay, I know, I got you for sure. And I think you're right. I think like when people started on TikTok, there wasn't a lot of, even though there's 800 million accounts.
They absorbed everything, yeah.
So I don't know how the algorithm changed, but I think you're right. I think they passed that spike, because I'm not seeing those huge spikes in stuff. Actually, to be honest with you, I'll take that back, because I have my friend who did I wouldn't call him a friend because he starts stealing my videos. But anyway, this guy literally got 10 million views off a prank video. And the prank, it was just part one. Like, he didn't even show the result of the prank, you know?
Legit.
Look, he's on 16 million now. Like, the last I checked was 16 million.
Okay.
Right? And the only way he did it was like, he put like some smoke bombs in like a box, taped it up, and took it to his friend's house. And then he's like, okay, come back for part two. So how do people come back? They'd have to follow you in order to find the second one. Otherwise, you're just lost in the
exactly
in the jungle, right? So people followed him. He went from like 20K to like now. Last night he had 150K
followers from this video.
followers from this one video that hit 16 million. And it was just like this eager, like they want to see it. But I'm telling you, like, yes, you're right. Like this spike thing doesn't help. Because first of all, the part 2 to that prank sucked. I haven't seen a worse prank. Because the smoke thing.
Did he drop it? Did he drop part 2?
No, he dropped part 2. It was the worst video.
What's the numbers on part 2?
Probably, I can't remember. I didn't look at the views, but I'll go back and look. But it was nowhere near the millions. It was nowhere near the millions.
Yeah.
But the people who saw it, I was looking at the comments, and they're like, delete your account. This was shit.
But that's the point. He has 60% higher than your end goal. But what's he going to do with it? Getting the number doesn't do anything for you. It's that compound interest of having that catalog. Every day you post a video where one new person's like, yo, this guy's consistently funny. I like this person, Sammy. The idea. The whole idea, I think of it is to this podcast too, TikTok. Everything is, I just want the world to slowly associate the idea of comedy with my name, Abbas Wahab.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because I think the long-term goal is that compound interest. Because I really, it's like what's it called? Like the tortoise and the hare kind of thing, right? Where like, it's a slow and steady that wins the race.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he peaked. Like
that's a viral video. That's 16 million. That's 16 million. That's what the hare is.
Yeah, that's a viral video. But how do you capitalize? I mean, if you don't understand how you're going to capitalize off of these things, none of it means anything, right? Because if you capitalize off a video that's a prank video, no one's going to remember your face. They're going to remember the prank. That's the first. And the second, like if I go viral, I want it to be a skit because I want people to associate me with funny, just like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And it's hard to go viral with a viral video. It's hard to go viral.
Forget viral.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This viral, bro. I bought a book. I have a book right over there called Contagious. I bought it in 2018. It's a book about virality. I read it. I'm like, I'm gonna read this. I'm smart. I'll come up with a viral video, and everything will work out. That's not how it works. You just gotta build a great catalog, bro. That's it. You know what I mean? A great catalog is gonna do a lot more talking. People are gonna be able to go deep into what you've done. And after that 40th, 50th video, you have you have a super fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's the thing that even my friend was telling me. Like, I see similar people commenting on my stuff and liking my stuff, right? So that means like you've got like a nice base of people who just love your shit.
And you want to grow that base. That's the idea is just growing that base. Growing that base until obviously COVID fucked everything up. But my whole idea is keep amassing this online audience, and slowly but surely you're going to hone your stand-up skills in Toronto, and eventually you'll have an act that's tourable, and it's hey, you've been watching my videos for free for years. I've been giving you content, and now I'm in your city for $32.99, whatever the fuck it is. Come out and see me. That's what it's all about, right?
That's 100%. 100%. But
the only way. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I said the only way to succeed in this game is to be passionate. You can't, if you're in it for money, you're fucked. Because our whole idea is, do you love making a comedy video? Do you love clicking that post, being like, oh, this video is gonna fuck them up? You know, that's
100%.
That's why you'll make it, because that feeling is there's no money involved. You have to have the passion to keep creating content like that while your actual skills catch up. And then the money will come. The money will come. And it'll be way more than engineering can possibly. Bro, I left engineering. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, is like, are you crazy? You could be going to the Khalij. You could go to Abu Dhabi. I have a friend in Abu Dhabi, man, $12,000 a month, no tax. What are you thinking? You know what I mean? I'm like, sure, the money would be sick. But I was making $120K salary in San Francisco.
Yeah, and
running to open mics. Doing 5 minutes bombing, thinking only about that. And like the money, bro, the more money you make, you just get a nicer car and a nicer place.
And it just takes you to the open mic. That's it.
Bro, I used to have a fucking sick Beamer. I'd park it around the corner so other comics didn't see it. I was afraid to be judged.
Exactly, yeah. I don't have a Beamer or anything, but my Kia is like...
The Optimus was pretty nice, though. Niggas would hate.
Yeah, I bought it. It's nice. And I bought it like, it's a 2019. And I bought it in 2018, like when it dropped, right?
Yeah.
Not because not because I wanted a 2019 car. It's just the only thing that like, it's a long story, but that's the only thing I could get basically. So I got it, and dude, it's like as a comic that's coming up, you're almost ashamed to be
in a nice car.
Poor and addicted to drugs and have a fucked up love life. Like you're almost ashamed not to have those scenes because the scenes like that's
how ironic is that? How ironic is that? Because the field and everything is historically fuck ups and degenerates and outcasts, right? But so now, bro.
But look at like Drake is a prime example. Like if you look at every other rapper, it's more like they got out of the gutter, right? Like they came out of nothing, blah blah blah. You get someone like Drake, who already had it, right? Like when I say had it, I mean like he was okay.
He was okay.
He was good.
He wasn't like as much as we'd like to think, but he wasn't struggling.
He wasn't struggling at all, and he's the top artist in the world.
Exactly.
Right. So it's not always this like you have to come from the bottom in order to make it. Like so, I don't wear that mentality. But all these comedians that I see, they're all like, they have this 10-year rule where like they'll pop in 10 years. It takes 10 years. And I don't think that's the case. I think if it takes you 10 years to have a decent catalog and to have done enough things in those 10 years, then yeah, it'll take you 10 years. But if you can fit all those things and you can pop, like if something just takes you like, you know, from nothing to something, like maybe you get like a feature film, right? Because I know you do acting too, right?
Yeah, I'm in some stuff, but keep going.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is like they have everyone in Sacramento, they have this 10-year rule.
10-year,
right?
Yeah.
Which is, to me, I disagree wholeheartedly, right? I don't think that if you were to pop in 2 years that you would have the significance of someone who's doing 10 years of work. No, I don't think so. Because the 10-year guy, he honed his craft. More people know him. He's associated with the comedy scene a lot, you know, stronger. But like, let's say you take a guy who's doing it for 5 years, but he's better at it. He's disciplined at it. And he has more, like, let's say if we're measuring this by videos, he has more videos in the 5 years that you put out in the 10, right? He has a stronger catalog because he's better at it, or maybe his skills a little bit more, you know, I would say like, developed, right? Just because some people are just naturally, they come off as like an 8, where some people, they naturally come up as a 4 and they have to work to get to the 8.
You know? Yeah, there's natural talent in all of it.
And so I think everyone can make it. It's just like, you know, you start different. Like engineers, for example, right? Like I sucked at math, right? Math was very hard for me, but I had to struggle my way to get there. It took me 3 times as long as a regular person to get the same result. But I'm really against this whole 10-year rule, partially because I don't want it to take 10 years.
but let me just say this though. I agree with everything you're saying, but know this, that you know the outliers, you know the 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah.
I think it's Malcolm Gladwell, whatever. The point is you got to put mad hours on stage time. You can pop off in 3, 4, 5, 6 years, but are you going to have, when all eyes come on you, is your stage act going to be at a level that's going to keep the momentum going? Or are you not going to be at a level? Because Kevin Hart was saying it's like when the rocket ship blasts off, you got to know where the seatbelt is and you got to know where the navigation is, so to speak. If you are still wet behind the ears, you've been doing open mics 3 years, you're in a movie, and now people are trying to book you across the country to headline clubs. And you're like, yeah, I'll headline them. You're going to fuck yourself over hard because people will pay once to see you and then they'll never do it again. That's the key. People always come, fool me once. People will come out once.
Yeah.
So 10 years is more about the time it takes to cultivate you to a proper headlining act. You can get a lot of social media notoriety in way less than 10 years. But as far as people coming to see a pro comic, it is, from what I've seen from all the greats, pretty much look at everybody, every great. It's pretty much that mark. Chappelle, Killing Them Softly, he was 27. Chappelle started when he was 14. 13 years. You know, for what it's worth, he was like 30 or 31. 15 years. You know, it takes time to do this. But as long as you're doing shit that you love in the meantime, that time, don't think of it as just like a waiting amount of time. Like I'm going to be waiting for 10 years.
Yeah.
You could have 300,000 followers on Instagram in 3 years, but you're still barely featuring. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But you don't think that you can come up with 45 minutes in 2 years?
No, bro. You can, bro. But it's like
how good is that?
It's not going to be good, right? Bro. Yeah, come on. You have to think of it as like a civil engineer. It's like, yo, sure, that concrete takes 40 days to settle, but can I just start building on it in 3-4 days? Can I do something? It's like, yeah, but you got to think of it forming properly. So you have your whole career to build off of a foundation of it. You can do it faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the 10-year rule is not a hard, fast rule. As the pros have said it, like Ari Shafir and whatnot, if you could do it fast as fucking 7 years. But I'm talking about like being a good headliner. 10-year is a good rule of thumb. It is about a 10-year process, bro.
Okay.
But you can have that 100,000 in 3 months, but it's like, how do you convert it to
I guess
years? That takes time. You have to cultivate that skill online on stage.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you, but I think the only reason I'm like convinced otherwise is two reasons actually. One is that when I see the people saying it takes 10 years, I see them as some
who's saying it?
Who's saying it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it makes sense because you only come to open mics once every 2-3 weeks, and you come one time and you do a 5-minute set that's like meh on a good day, it's like average.
Yeah.
And you do the same 5 minutes every time you come. So of course it's gonna take you 10 years. That's the first thing in my head. So I'm like, when the part-timers say it, it's like, will it though? Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, if it takes you 10 years, it should take me 4, right? Because I go every night, right? Yeah. Except for 2-3 nights of the week, I don't go because there's no open mics or no decent ones. There's usually just shows, right?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? So, you pick one of those that's furthest from the weekend. Start your own weekly open mic.
I could do that, but the problem is with the commitments. Like, I don't want to hold myself to that one night at this mic.
You don't have to. You start it up for a month. You host it every week, and then people will be dying to host it. Trust me. And you use it as currency. You'd be like, yo, host my thing. Can I do a spot? Like some people, if they're desperate, there's no other options for stage time. You can use it as currency.
I know, I got you for sure.
The point is you're full time. You're going 5. Same here. For years, I was going 7 days a week, pretty much, bro. Every night I'm out. I'm trying to hit 20 sets a week. That's my number. Like for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like.
That's hard.
I'm obsessed. You know what I mean? Like, so even keeping that in mind, it is still a 10-year game because do you want to have 45 minutes or do you want people to be like, yo, do you want people to be like telling everybody, yo, this guy's up next. This is the guy. Or do you want just people just leaving your show like, that's funny. You know, you want things to change. When your show ends, you're like, yo, this is the next guy. That's what you want. That takes at least 10 years.
Yeah. I think I got to, so that was my first reason, because who's telling me it's 10 years?
Yeah, right? I get that.
And then the second thing is like, is that I feel as though, and this is like I guess it's like, I don't want to like pat myself on the shoulder, but like I started doing comedy and I did like 5-6 open mics before I got booked on a show.
Yeah.
And I got booked on 2 and then they got canceled because of COVID-19. But I did 1. It wasn't that good. But like you always look back and like you always think in the day you'd kill me, and then you look back and like, oh, it's trash, right?
Yeah.
So, but the other thing was like I was learning so fast, and I was like, and I'm coming every night with whether it's not a brand new set, it's like 15% of it's brand new that I wrote that day.
You're a funny guy. You're obsessed. You're naturally talented, and you're committed.
So that's why I always thought to myself, yo, I can do this faster. I can do this faster. I can do this faster. But like, I think you're right. Even if I could pop off in 5 years, I don't think I would want to, because you only get like that one chance. Like you said, you don't want to go viral at the wrong moment.
Exactly. You got to be ready. When the rocket ship takes off, you must be ready.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's why I understand. Like if I had like maybe 2 hours worth of material and I can condense that to a hard, solid 45 minutes that people just talk about, that's when I want to pop up, when I have that in the chamber,
Yes, but if you do that super fast, your on-stage chops, they don't develop at the same rate. So you'll come off as like, yo, this is the sickest writer. He had 45 minutes of like the best material. you got to be on stage like it's second nature. That takes years on stage. So you can get your jokes there, but your pacing, your comfort on stage, your act outs, all of that, you can't cheat it. Only time will get you there.
Exactly. Have you ever seen like a funny person on Twitter try out open mics? You ever seen that?
It's a nightmare.
They always fall flat on their face.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Every single time.
It's a nightmare.
But yeah, I mean, I guess you're right.
Bro, the only thing is, I know I can feel it, is that you have set it up such that until that point comes, you're going to keep doing engineering.
Yeah, 100%. I can't.
That's why the 10-year thing is pissing you off. If you weren't doing engineering, I promise you that 10-year thing wouldn't piss you off. But there are financial restraints, so obviously that's like some fairy tale thing. I get that you have to keep working, but if you get an opportunity in the next couple of years to hang this engineering hat up and still be able to help the way you help,
you'd be living life.
Bro, right now, the only way I MC weddings.
That's dope.
I MC weddings. You'll make like
Muslim weddings or what?
Anyway, anybody will have me, bro. You know?
No, I'm trying to
pay this
like
rent,
that.
Bro.
I got
a lot. I've done a lot of Pakistani weddings, Indian weddings. I've done like 1 or 2 white weddings. But I do a little acting here and there. I was delivering cookies. I just don't want, because I put all my hours into comedy at night. I give my nights to comedy, and now with COVID and everything, I give my days to content creation. So I really invest the time that I'm making, you know, whatever it is, 80K, whatever your salary is, that time that you're getting money right now, I think of it as I'm going to put the time in now, making no money, because I know the universe will pay it back eventually, you know? Put my time in, and you're already doing that with these videos. But just know that this process can't be rushed. And if you think you're ready at that 5-year mark, at that 6-year mark, when you look back at what you thought was ready at 5, it's going to disgust you.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel you.
That's how it works, bro. That's how this game works.
I feel you. No, because I recorded one of my first shows, like literally not one of my first, the first show I've ever done in my life. Yeah. And what's crazy is like this is the worst time to ever do it, because I got it. I got spotted by some guy who's producing shows, and he's a ventriloquist, right? So he saw me at open mic and was like, "Yo, Sammy, I want to do a show in April." Now I had 4 months between then and I think it was January or like maybe December, sometime like that. He told me maybe 5-6 months before the actual show was actually booked and like ready to go. He says, "I need you to come do this show," and I'm like, "I'm 100% down." You know, honored for you to ask me. You know, all these things, right? It's my first show ever, right? And then I get a job and I move to Ukiah, right? So and then he's like, "I need you to do 20 minutes. And I'm like, "Bro, I want to, but I'm out here where there's no open mics. How do I get to 20 minutes? I only have 8 minutes. When he met me, I only had 8 minutes, and they were like subpar, you know?
Yeah. There's really like a minute in real life.
Right, really, yeah. It's like a minute, and then the rest is just like fucking knock jokes. Like, "Hey, guys, remember when?" You know, So it was like 8 minutes of like subpar, and he needed me to have 20 minutes by April, and I had no open mic experience. So you know what I did? I would say every day, but like probably every other day after work, I'd go home into my room and just rehearse doing new stuff. And then I would watch it or I'd listen to it. And if I truly found it, did I disconnect?
No, you're good now. Keep going. And if you found what?
And if I found it funny, like
you would
2 days later, if I found it funny 2 days later, I would keep it. If I didn't and it wore off, I would throw it away and start again.
Bro, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. I have never been in a situation to have to do that, but I think that just speaks to like the level of dedication you're at. And bro, like I told you, the whole reason we're having this call right now is just because I fuck with your comedy. You're funny as fuck. You're obviously from the school of Dave Chappelle, so I fuck with you always. We're both students.
Love.
I see it in your comedy big time. But bro, we're wrapping up on like almost an hour and a half. This is the longest podcast I've done in months, bro. This has been amazing.
Ridiculous.
We got to do another one.
Oh, for sure, man. We
got to do another one. I didn't even ask you about George Floyd or any of that shit. We just looking, I didn't ask about any of that stuff. But whatever, bro. We'll have to talk about it next time, man. Yo, I appreciate. Sure. Do you have anything? What's your handle? I'm gonna plug everything in the description under. But what's
it's the W Sammy on everything.
Okay, the W Sammy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, look for that.
Talk on Twitter, on Instagram, same thing. The W Sammy.
Awesome, man. Yo, thanks so much for talking with me on Zoom like this. This has been sick. I feel like I got a link now in Sacramento.
100%, man.
Yo, let's talk again. Keep making funny videos, and let's link up on TikTok, bro.
Oh, for sure, man. You too, and thanks for having me, bro.
All right, man. See you, Sam.